Sup guys, it's Kosh and we're doing Black Hole Guide for Galaxy Idol Clicker. I will showcase you tier 2 prestige mechanics and give you some tips how to do it most effectively. Let's go. So guys, I played the game a little bit since the last beginner's guide video and I think it took maybe a week and now I'm at the end of Black Hole 5. So there are some insights you gotta learn. First of all, the further you go through the black holes, the more passives you will get, the more projectiles you will get, and the easier it will be to take out enemy shields, because projectiles equals shield damage. Most enemies further down the road will have shields on them, and that will be really hard to beat. Well, as you can see, they can take quite a beating. So as I told you before, I think I did that in order to get the black hole, you gotta fill up the next black hole milestone meter here, and the further you go, the more light year points you will need. Whoa, this one took a while. Take a look. I did 16 travels in order to get to this point, and most of them were pretty linear so far. So light year tab is fully completed for me. I've got all the upgrades. We get some cool stuff here that will stay with us until the supernova, the tier 3 prestige, and we also unlock the infinite light year. Those things, they will stay between the black holes, so you need to make sure to spend them before going to the black hole. Anyway, we'll do the light year reset right now. Prepare for black hole, prepare to travel. All right, so what do we do in this scenario? Can we click somewhere? Oh yeah, we can. Basically, we did the light year reset and now we have to go through the black hole. Let's make sure to upgrade things that will stay with us. First of all, we want to convert all the remaining prisoners into armies if we can. I've managed to get my first armies on Black Hole 4, I think, so starting that time it will be easier and easier, and we should be able to get quite a lot of those guys right now. 21 armies, not that bad. Then you might want to do some upgrades here, especially for Misiks. You should do it before doing the prestige, honestly, because those points will stay. I did all the upgrades I could. Let's do some more. Wow, that's a lot of points. That will allow you to progress through the stuff easier. Moreover, those upgrades are essential for your fast progression because they unlock the army colonization upgrades. Oh, look at that. There are so many things here. Those colonization upgrades, they will allow you to skip the planets and star systems entirely if you colonize them. So there are different tabs here, different areas. So there are different systems here. It costs armies, yes, but it will help you to go through the current black hole easier. So it's a good investment. Make sure to spend all your garbage as well. Doesn't matter where you spend it, honestly. I just spend it evenly and it works. And when you're spending your armies during your run, make sure to save at least one so you will keep the garbage production going. Otherwise, it will get stuck and you will miss out quite a lot. There are some pretty cool upgrades here, but they cost a lot of armies and you need to get more armies to unlock more upgrades. Let's decrease the enemy shields right now. It's really efficient and oh, yeah, we should have taken this one, but it's okay, we'll survive because enemy shields are so annoying and that slows down your farming so much. So basically, yeah, you have to make sure that you spend your armies, that you spend the rest of your armies that you have, or save armies for the next black hole travel because they will reset. And then when everything is done, you do the black hole and the stuff will get reset for you so you can rearrange that. 6 black matter will be available for us after the reset, and we gotta make the right decisions here. Personally, depending on the black hole you're in, you have different options. I made a guide for that on Game Vault, so you can actually go and check out each black hole and what are recommended things to take here. You can check that article for the details, but basically there is like a priority where keep prisoners is really good, quad prisoners is really good, free junk and free plasma are really good as well. Keep levels is another good one that will help you to get the faster start, so it's up to you to decide what to go for. I personally really like keep your prisoners when traveling back in time. It's like a no-brainer for me most of the time. I'll get that one, yeah, and I really like the quad prisoners. It allows you to get 4 prisoners of all 4 races instead of 1 every time the prisoner drops, so that will allow you to get all those rare prisoners as well, so that's pretty much a must. And at Black hole 6, we have one more point left. And here I'm actually torn between the free junk and keep levels, but I think that free junk is a better option here. Basically, the priority for the short runs is keep prisoners, quad prisoners, free junk, free plasma. People say that multiply your damage and HP is good as well, but I don't really think it's giving us that much oomph. Keep levels, and then free prisoners, and decrease citizen generation time. So basically right now, I think free junk would be a better option. Let's go. And every time you go to the new black hole, you will unlock more and more things, more weapons, more stuff. You will also unlock the new mechs up to some point, basically, yeah. And those guys help you out quite a lot, actually. By default, they are not that useful, they just provide you extra shot and like, yeah, but once you fulfill their quests, their upgrades, they will add you quite a good amount of multipliers. And I heard when you finish the mech, that's when you get the most bonus. I'm not there yet, but one day I will be. So yeah, after the black hole, you will have to progress manually through most areas again. And the good thing, if you bought the upgrades with lowering the amount of enemies, that will be like, what, remaining enemies 1, that's the boss. I think it's like 30 or 40 enemies per wave. Yeah, it's 40 enemies per wave now for the most areas where you have that decrease enemies thing enabled. And really important and cool thing, early on you just push as far as you can, but after some points, maybe a couple of light year travels, you will get to the point where you can push further, but you will die too fast, and that will lower your farming efficiency. In that case, turn this off and find an area that you can fast travel to. Basically, when you will colonize the planets, you will be able to select the area here, whatever you want, like the furthest one, go for it, select the planet, move there, and turn off the decreased enemies and let your guys farm and progress normally. And before the reset, when the timer here on the light year tab will be closer to 3 hours, you can turn the reduced amount of enemies once again and push in order to get the planet bonus. That will give you the best results for the gains of your junk, of your plasma, of your skill points and everything, and will allow you to properly progress through the game and enjoy the progression way better. So you will take out more enemies. That will allow you to progress the mechs quite a lot, especially the mech 5 that needs enemies killed. It will allow you to get more inventory items. It will allow you to get more prisoners and everything. So that will be a really good idea. We finally found our first prisoner, so now we can take a look at prisoners, right? So yeah, Misiks upgrades, they carry over through black hole resets, and that means that you have to upgrade them only after the supernova reset. So basically, that's pretty much a permanent upgrade that will decrease enemies required to kill in every area, which will really help us out. The main drawback though in the army tab that those colonizations, they will reset with the black hole. So you would like to allocate armies not only to the colonization, so don't colonize the hell out of everything basically, because it might be feeling cool to be able to jump straight to the end of the run, but at the same time, after the black hole, you won't have those armies, and if you can spend them here for those upgrades, they will stay. So you gotta balance it out between the colonization and permanent upgrades. And as you can see, right after the black hole, our ship is strong enough to plow through several star systems, which wasn't the case in the previous black hole. So every next black hole you will be stronger and stronger and stronger, it's obvious. And the cool thing that there are some upgrades that will speed up your proceed to next planet timer and revive after that. You can get it from the meteorite tab. It's like right here. It costs quite a lot of meteor. Whoa, look at this. We've got the new upgrade. Multiply light years points earned. This is good. This is good. It's not that high. It's not crazy powerful, but even 15% is good enough. I mean, yeah. And if we will be good at this game, we'll be able to reduce the death progression timer here. I think it's also available somewhere in the antimatter tab. Yeah, we can reduce it by 5 seconds here. It's pretty powerful for progression. I actually want to get this. it's not great. By all means, I would advise getting something like other things here first, right? Something like maybe increment meteorite buff duration by 5 minutes so we can kind of have them for longer and eventually have several of them as a permanent buff. But man, I'll go for it because I really hate waiting and I think it will be good for me. Oh, we can get this one as well. Nice. Look at that, we've got some prisoners. And now the timer is only 5 seconds and we can improve it even further with the meteorite upgrade and probably totally eliminate it, I hope. So, there are some annoying things in the game, but you can work on them if you progress. That's really cool. Now let's move on to some advanced tips for black hole progression, where to farm and how to farm. I already mentioned that you should reach an area where enemies are starting to kill you and move back a little bit. But honestly, the best place to move is where you can farm your mech upgrades. So for me, it's galaxy number 2, star system number 3, even though theoretically I can farm galaxy 3 star system number 1, it would be more effective for me to farm this area. It will be way easier, the enemies will die faster, that means that we will get more light year enemies killed bonus, because more enemies killed the better, right? We will get more prisoners, and if we have the quad prisoners, we get all of them at the same time, so it doesn't matter, and it will be faster. We're still progressing after the prestige, but that kind of works for most areas. In case if your mech is sort of completed and you can't really get to the area where you can farm its upgrade, because I got lucky here, look at that, this one is close at 3,000 kills, this one is close at 4,000 kills. I mean, that's luck right here. So if you don't need that, then you would like to find an area where you can pretty much defeat like maybe 20-30 waves safely when the curious enemy is off, and you can farm there, because over time, if you leave the game running offline, I mean AFK, idle. If you leave the game running offline, it won't help you that much, but running it idle, your ship will get auto upgraded with junk and stuff and will get stronger, and eventually you will be able to take out more enemies, and eventually you will be able to progress to the next stage. So I think this is like a good middle ground where you can farm most of the enemies in the current wave. So if we turn this off, it's like 135, right? If you are being killed in the next wave, if you can kill 100 enemies in this wave, you're good enough. This is the logic that I use to go to select the farming stage or zone. Once again, I might be wrong, so let me know in the comments if you have other opinion on that. Another tip for you, if you are about to prestige, it's not about black holes, it's about light years. I think I told you about that already. Before prestiging, if you don't have the prisoners, safe, whatever thingy, try to get to this milestone over here with ochre points. This thing here will increase your light year gain, and it's a pretty good idea to try to reach that before prestiging with light years, because it will greatly increase the amount of light year points you will get from the time travel. So yeah, in any case, the main thing about the progressing black holes faster is finding the right place to farm in order to get most prisoners, in order to get most gains, and timing those light year resets. Basically, up to black hole 8, you would like to focus on 3-hour time bonuses. If you can't go sleep and reset whatever, afterwards you would like to do, at least to try to do, 24-hour resets, but I'm not there yet, so we'll make a separate video on that when we'll be there. But for now, we're still progressing, and I don't think that I can give you any more info in this video, so let me know what do you think of this guide. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the video description for the links to Game Vault, GIC wiki, and the guides and all that stuff. And thank you very much for watching. It's been Kosh. Have a good one. Bye.